Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here with some words of wisdom for our day. And I'm hoping my internet holds in there. We had some rain and storms last night, and I'm not sure how well it's going to stay put today. We've been having some little glitches lately, so we'll see. Our card deck today is the Archangel Michael deck. Good morning, Joe. Glad you are here. And as you can see, I'll move him closer so you can see. He's got his sword ready to get us going here. Good morning, CJ. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Hope you all had a good 4th of July weekend. Mine was very quiet and subdued, which was fine with me. Fireworks and my dog do not get along, so we did some rescue remedy, and that helped a little bit the first day, but didn't seem to help as much the second day. Good morning, Anne. Glad you are here. Welcome. Everybody's kind of getting back in their routine is my guess. So, and we'll see if the garbage truck goes through, because usually they're come and gone by now. But I think because of the holiday, they're probably behind. So hopefully they don't come through when we're chatting here, because it'll be loud. So, Archangel Michael deck. And welcome to whomever else just popped on. Your name isn't showing up, but we'll see. And I like this card. I really like this card. Decide to be happy now. Decide to be happy now. And I've been getting a lot of messages in this regard. Much of it kind of tapping me back into stuff that I did in the late 70s, early 80s. Like when I was just in high school and beginning to learn about how what we think matters in terms of how we feel and what we do. So it's kind of fun revisiting some of that stuff that were the early underpinnings of what I do for a living. So decide to be happy now. Let's take a couple of nice deep breaths. Just settling in. Letting your shoulders drop. Feeling your heart open. Ready to receive this very important message. So here we go. Decide to be happy now. The angels have heard you and are answering your prayers. Instead of making your happiness contingent upon future events, you can decide to be happy now. One way to do so is to focus on everything and everyone for whom you feel grateful. I love these next questions. You ready for them? What is working well in your life? Again, we're so trained, even set up biologically, to look at what isn't working, because that had survival value way back when. Not so helpful anymore, but our brains haven't evolved beyond that. So, but consciously we can evolve our brains beyond that. So, what is working well in your life? Take a minute right now. I want you to see if you can come up with 5 things that are working well in your life right here, right now. What do you got? I'll wait. 5 things that are working well in your life right now. They can be little things. I've got my cup of coffee sitting right here. They can be big things. I love my work. They can be everything in between. 5 things about which you're really grateful right now. What are your blessings and strengths? What are your blessings and strengths? And again, I think we tend to focus on where we're not measuring up. What's wrong with us instead of what's right with us. Let's focus on those strengths, because in focusing on those strengths, they get stronger and they beget more strengths. So let's focus on the path we want to be heading down with regard to that. Hi, I'm Bonnie, and I'm good at talking off the cuff about things like this. Make it up, whatever comes. Whatever you want to have be true, practice that. Practice that. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Our card for today is decide to be happy now. And we're just messing around with some questions that kind of provoke that state of being, happiness. What is working well for you in your life? What are your blessings and strengths? By allowing yourself to experience joy and pleasure now, you become empowered. It's sad when people make things contingent. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. when they say things like, when I lose 10 pounds, I'll be happy. When I find a good partner, I'll be happy. When I get this job promotion, I'll be happy. No, 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 no. Be happy now. That's cart before the horse. Be happy now, and it can help generate those things. Because when we have the mindset, remember my lens analogy, we're always looking through lenses. If we have unhappy lenses on, are we going to be able to see that divine right person in front of us? Are we going to be able to see that divine right job offer? No, we're going to miss that stuff as if it doesn't even exist because our lenses don't allow us to see it. Same thing, and I know a lot of people struggled with The Secret, where Rhonda Byrne was saying, when you focus on something, you can make it happen. Even if you can't allow yourself to go to that length with this, I'm sure you can at least agree that when something comes into your awareness, you begin to pay attention to it more. So you get a green car, you're paying attention to other green cars. Pretty soon you see green cars everywhere. You never noticed them before, right? If someone in their languaging uses the word and that's an annoyance to you, when you're talking to them, pretty soon you're going to be so focused on every or or whatever it is they do with their language that drives you nuts. You're going to be picking up on it every single time because that's the lens you're looking through again. Why not color these lenses such that they pick out, they notice, they see the things that you want to be seeing? I have one of our cards from a while ago sitting here, Walking in Beauty. I want to be paying attention to what I'm seeing. Good morning, Mel. This isn't our card for today, but I'm using it as an example. So, walking in beauty, when we choose to pay attention to what we see when we're out and about, or even in our current circumstances. If I look around, I see all kinds of things I love. All of my believe stuff, and I put up a new card yesterday, and oh my goodness, did I have some visceral reactions to this card. I was raised blue collar. I was raised on the sweat of your brow. I was raised dollars for hours. You're trading dollars for hours. So in order to expand beyond that, if you think about that, I'm riffing here, but that's okay. Come along for the ride, okay? If you think about that, there's only 24 hours in the day. There's only so much energy within your body, right? So you are necessarily limited if you come from that dollars for hours perspective. So my new card is, I divorce money from effort. I divorce money from effort. I am open to receiving whatever the universe wants to send my way, not based on the sweat of my brow anymore, and that things can flow divinely and easily. And in them doing so, it opens the door for other people to have the same thing happen. And I know there are people who are going to do the, well, that works for you, but it doesn't work for me thing. Cop out. Cop out. So I'm reading this wonderful book, and I'm thinking it might actually be a next class that I will offer, is us exploring how are we self-limiting in terms of making money and having abundance in our life in all areas, including happiness. Decide, this is our card for today, Mel. Decide to be happy now. Decide to be happy now. Don't wait for these arbitrary things to have happened in order for you to allow yourself to feel happy. Again, I'm going to make the case that allowing yourself to be happy with what is right here, right now, opens the door for what will be. All right? So let's go back here. Before I veered off on us, let's see where we need to go. By allowing yourself to experience joy and pleasure now, you become empowered. Take control of your life and prevent outside influences from determining how you feel. I go back to my yoga instructor. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. That's when you know you actually have management of your mind, is when things are going cow shit around you and you're not falling apart. You're like, oh yeah, here we go, and things are unfolding, and I wonder how this is going to work out, and you don't get caught in the muck and mire. of those things. You allow the divine unfolding. Well, if this is unfolding, it's unfolding for a reason. Wonder what I'm meant to learn from this. It's a whole different way of living. And I actually had sent something to my son that is one of those different ways of perceiving something, and he just couldn't wrap his brain around it. He said, I've messed with it, I read it a couple of times, I've talked to some people about it, and if it works for you, great, but it's just not working for me. Absolutely fine. His path is meant to take him somewhere else at the moment, and I think when he's an old man, he'll probably have a different perspective. He may have part of this perspective that I was offering him. I kind of view it as planting seeds. So he's 30 right now, plant some seeds. Who knows what it'll be when he's 60 or 90 or whatever. But again, my exhortation for today is decide to be happy now. Decide. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you're here. We're just about done, but this is a really, really, really good card, an important card. The 9 of you who are on here right now, if we decide, when we decide, get rid of the if, when we decide to be happy now, imagine the lives we influence. When we are accepting of what is right here, right now, when we're not doing battle with our lives, when this is how it is right now. And if I want some things to be different, I'm the one. I'm the big kahuna. I'm the one who gets to decide what's going to be different and how I'm going to make it different, and open myself to receiving divine guidance for how to get there, etc. Again, this book I just finished it last night, and I spent most of yesterday, I thought this was a beautiful investment of my time yesterday, going back. I like reading the book first and then going back and doing all of the exercises. And so I'm about halfway through with the exercises, and some amazing insights are coming with regard to how I create my own limitations. And I know there's many people out there who create even more limitations for themselves than I do. So I want to be that example for others of how I was willing to do the hard work of looking at where am I unnecessarily creating limitations for myself, and doing the work to release those limitations and open the door for much greater things to unfold. And there's so many realms in which this can be relevant, and to start somewhere, anywhere. I don't care where you choose to start. If you want to start with your relationships, fine. If you want to start with taking care of your body, fine. If you want to start with money management, fine. I don't care where you start. Know that the process, when you stick with it, is going to shine its light on all of those areas of your life. All right? So, possible specific meanings for this card are Decide to be Happy Now card. Detach from drama. Again, at the center of life's storms, I stand serene. I'm not getting caught up in the bullshit. I am my own entity. Expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. That there's so many ways that, again, we self-limit. Well, this could happen, but that couldn't. Or this might unfold, but that won't. We unnecessarily set those limitations on ourselves. The simple little thing that I like to teach people and I like to practice is, when I'm considering something, saying this or something better. This or something better. Allow the universe to deliver more if it chooses to do so. This or something better. And if something that you really, 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 really wanted didn't work out, be grateful. Because to me that means something better's coming along. Something better's coming along. Write a gratitude list. Keep it handy. Go over it. Add things to it. All the things for which you are grateful. That really sets a tone for your life. Maintain positive thoughts about any situation. Even if it's something, so there's, like even my life situation right now, there's this pause that I'm doing that wasn't in the plan, but because of my sister's diagnosis and my dad needing a little more support, this is the divine unfolding. And being present, fully present for this unfolding. If I were meant to be anywhere else, I would be. Here's where I am. Other things will unfold. I have no idea where the path is going to take me. Practicing being okay with not knowing where the path is going to take you. It's all an illusion anyway. You may have this lovely plan. Tell God your plans if you want to hear the laughter, right? And life is what happens while you're making other plans. These are the unfoldings that we experience as human beings. And again, my hope for all of us is we get to the end of the road and we look back and we go, damn, that was a good ride. That was a really good ride. Let's see. Open your heart to love. Open your heart to love. Even with those who are hard to love. That's really good practice. Being loving and kind, not responding to whatever it is they do, if they're petty, if they're judgmental, if they're mean, whatever, not responding to that. Continuing to pour love. Just pour love. Doesn't mean you have to put yourself at risk, but just pour love in their direction. All right, so here's the prayer part of it. Thank you for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I am now willing to see all of the goodness in my life. I'm now willing to see all of the goodness in my life. So again, it's not being Pollyanna. It's not everything's wonderful when it's not. It's I accept that this is what it is right now. And if I want it to be different, I own responsibility for my thoughts, my feelings, and then my behaviors. I can set things up to be different over time by the choices I make. Empower yourself. Empower yourself. So that is our card for today. Decide to be happy now. Pretty powerful card, I think. So have a good day. Remember you're capable of far more than you think you are. Choose happiness as one of the things that you're willing to invest your time and energy in. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.